Alright, greetings, beautiful souls. I want to come on here and share a little bit about my story. A little bit. So, when it comes to my story, my journey has been really powerful. And I wanted to mention about certain things that comes with being as powerful as being on this planet. And being the powerful one in your family lineage to be that one that got away. I'm going to say quote unquote got away, but quote unquote, I'm going to say embody the limitless potential within your own soul's essence that correlates to different foundation within your own lineage. So, I want to explain the ways of certain things that has happened in my life when it comes to me being a generational curse breaker, chosen one, me being that person overall in general has a big cause and effect, but big blessing over my life, anointed. And having that baton passed down just because the people that had a certain limitation within their own way of choice and action of their own way of spiritual growth didn't want to choose to align themselves to that healing or didn't finish, not to say they're bad for not finishing, and became narcissists. Okay, so what the tactics that has happened towards me over my life overall in general, covering my energy shift. Okay, first and foremost, I've been slightly destiny swapped, a quote unquote, through my energy since before I even got here and when I got here. Confirmation for this plane. Energy harvest due to blessings, cults, masonry situations, and all the type of stuff. I'm gonna say sexual aid, abuse. They try to bind a fucking demon on my ass because I'm a high ranking starseed. They're trying to buy my soul to them to have a certain manifestation of their own frequency to have that healing gift because they want to do the healing work to actually embody their own soul's mission of their own soul's attribute. I'm gonna say what else? Use my traumas against my well-being through the astral realm, using astral tactics to harvest my energy, confirmation my third chakra. I'm gonna say to harvest my abundance, my energy, my time, my essence, my beauty, my charisma, my gifts that I actually anchored in and embodied as a child until now. Even as a child, I didn't even have to do that much work to even actually embody what I did have. And I still do have, actually. Not did have, but still do have. And also, like, me knowing they are the way they are and they have their own well-being, had their own mission on the Akasha Records, they knew they had to actually embody their own web essence due to their own healing. But me, I took upon myself to actually embody my own way of healing and my own journey due to moving in a certain way in a certain path, that certain limit due to my own way of healing. But people nowadays, they want to bind themselves to you just to actually anchor in your healing, how much you healed within yourself, and anchor that next phase of what they feel like what's best for them. Due to them not really fully putting that work fully, saying they put in the work, but actually energy harvesting off your well-being due to having so much, so quote-unquote success within their own well, so it's ascension, quote-unquote. And that's what some witches and warlocks do, confirmation for this mountain spirit. I'm exposing it because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna sit here and play that. I'm not gonna have that. No longer and no more. Confirmation for this plane again. So now, the corporations are now dismantling as usual, of course. And Spirit wants me to actually express this because people out here are literally dealing with this. And it's so sad that people have to deal with this just because people don't want to actually do the inner work within themselves no more. By them damn selves. And sit the fuck down and actually do this shit for real. And not trying to harness nobody's soul and spirit and energy and trying to swap souls. That is so sad. And first and foremost, it can't be fully penetrated. If you're anointed well-being, it can't be fully penetrating your well-being. You just have to take upon yourself to remove yourself from the environment, situation, the connections that no longer serve you. But I'm expressing it. Why is the bird following me? Can you go and stop following me? I'm trying to be rude to the bird, but this bird been following me for a minute. Like, go sit down. But anyways, When karmas are karmics, they are karmics. At the end of the day, they're karmics. We cannot help their karmics, and they're gonna do what they do. At the end of the day, that's how they get their plate filled, and how they get their alignment bead, and how they get that shit done. And trying to bind people to certain stuff and harvest their energy due to their own lack of understanding within their own will self, due to their own with demonic will, a soul's assignment. That's it. But at the end of the day, that actually helps you get powerful regardless. Because in our contract, of course, we can be limited. You know, if we choose to be limited, but I ain't choose to be limited. I get the fuck away. I got the fuck away. Ain't got the fuck on. And live my life the way I want to live it. And then choose their, I'm going to say, quote unquote, help to endued within my next 444. Endued within my next phase of my life, because that would have been a big destiny swap first and foremost, and also that would have been a big soul sacrifice. I knew it in the midst of me actually getting help from these people, and I was kind of being a hard head. Be real, I was being a hard head a little bit, but hey, I learned my lesson. I got the fuck on once again. And first and foremost, I'm not a victim to my situation. Secondly, I got powerful, more powerful than I was before. Third, the shit is stopped. My presence is not there. Then they're on like a knowledge and wisdom of themselves, or how they want to anchor their own way of understanding due to their own way of choice and habits, and not actually knowing and choosing to sit down and go within. They have their own choice and habits. I'm from all these plots being my energy, and that's to be my energy. But overall, it's going to, and once you're exposed to truth, it stops. Truth will stop everything that does a warlock or witch trying to do. Period. I know witchy stuff myself. I'm a starter seed, chosen one. I am the book. Literally. And I'm the walking book. The walking keys. The walking codes. So I understand, and I definitely know. I definitely know how it goes in every attribute. It's just me knowing pisses them off. And my ex told me that.